Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Hillside Haven. We got so much rain over this last week, and yesterday we got like I think an inch in maybe an hour, maybe two tops. But yeah, so we're just gonna kind of stroll through the garden today. Today is my first day off of the week, so we're more or less doing like a weekend reset like I do every first day off on my weekend. So yeah, let's go. It feels nice because there's a little bit of a breeze, but it is very muggy out here. Let's go and check on everything in the garden. One design thing that we wish we would have done in retrospect with this garden setup is how Morrow said he wishes he would have put some kind of drainage in between here and here, because we are on a little bit of a slope, and so the water will collect right here and it just gets very, very muddy. I pulled as many strawberries as I could yesterday, but a lot of these weren't ready yet. So I pulled several yesterday because they were ready and I didn't want them to get soaking wet and get ruined from all that rain. Because, I mean, it rained a lot with a very short amount of time, but I'm not seeing any that are all the way ready. The tomatoes are looking happy. I've got some peppers on the vine. Ooh, those are my Anaheim chili peppers. That's exciting. We've pulled several banana peppers. Those were the first to produce so far this year. These tomatoes look good. Ooh, we've got some blushing on these. Oh, wow. These are my black strawberry tomatoes from Baker Creek. As I'm going through looking at these, I see more blushing over here on these big ones. Oh, that's so exciting. So yay, sunflowers are looking good too. I really wanted something in the middle of the strawberries, in the middle of the tomatoes that wouldn't like prevent airflow, but I didn't really have to get in there and dig to harvest. So these are, some are like a red variety that are small that you wouldn't really use for roasting seeds. And then the others are mammoth sunflowers. So they'll grow really big heads and we can actually roast and eat those. Looking good. I've been steadily picking these, so that's exciting. We've got a lot setting, so that's always good news. This one is the big beef tomato, and it's starting to blush at that size, so that's pretty good tomato. But this one right here, this is the Better Bush hybrid tomato, and it's a determinate variety. That's why it's not quite as big as the others. But the tomato that it's producing is huge. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but I'm really excited about this one. And then this one is our Bush Goliath. And this one's blushing as well. And this thing is going to be such a big slicer. I'm so ready for it. Our first tomato sandwich of the year is on its way. These are my Brandywines. They look pretty good too. With all the rain we've been having lately, these stalks have already started to fall over. And once this happens, your onions are pretty much ready. Like once your stalk falls over, it doesn't have the ability to get as much nutrients. So this bulb isn't gonna get much bigger, if any bigger than this, since this stalk is over. So I'll probably end up harvesting some when it dries out a little bit later. I think it's gonna warm up today. But I didn't come out here to harvest just yet. I just came out here to check on everybody and feed the animals and look at everything, but several of the onions I'm gonna need to harvest today. Our potatoes are doing well. They're starting to die back. I think I'm probably gonna go ahead. I'm like steadily covering this one up because the potatoes are trying to poke their heads through like that. I mean, it's pretty well ready to harvest. So I'll probably harvest this plant and this plant today and let these die back just a little bit more. Finally, we have male flowers and female flowers on our squash plants. I've had to pull a couple of them off, a couple of female squash, because they were just gonna shrivel up, and well, they did just shrivel up because they didn't have a male flower to pollinate them. But we have this one got pollinated, so this will probably be our first squash of the year. I'm really excited about that. And our zucchini is starting to come on too. That's good. Several of these green beans can be harvested, like right now. We still have some babies on here, but that's good. These are a bush green bean. They're not a pole bean, so they will set like a predetermined amount of green beans. They're really good if you want like a big flush of green beans all at once, which I do. So we'll probably come out here and harvest some of these today, make like a little stir fry. The first like early garden season stir fry of the year. These cucumbers are getting so big, like they're ready to be trained up. I've been poking them through, but with all the rain that we had, it kind of kicked some of these back, but they did start growing tendrils, so I think we can start like really training these things up. The chickens are being so loud this morning. Everyone's like making their way into the nesting boxes, and we've got broody mama. I've had a chicken trying to sit in the same nesting box as our broody mama. I'm like, oh my goodness, it is chaos in the chicken coop. But you can see how I kind of started to wrap these up. They grow these little tendrils, and you can like kind of help them along. So I've pulled them up a little bit. Some are more established tendrils than others, but as long as you just stay on top of it, like they were up, but we got all that rain that they just kind of fell back down. But as long as you kind of stay on top of it, they'll grow in the direction you want them to grow in. So these okra plants, I had really old seeds, so I went ahead and double sowed a lot of these. I'm going to let these get just a little bit bigger so I can figure out which is going to be the best okra out of them. But I did go ahead and thin these out a little bit because they were pretty obviously not as healthy as the other ones. That's pretty exciting. What are we going to do with our first slicer?
Take it to Pawpaw and slice it up for him and put it on a plate, and I'll try it.
Okay, second slicer will be tomato sandwich.
Well, we're going to get 3 of them at the same time.
I know, I'm so excited.
I'll slice one up and put a little bit of splash of vinegar and salt and pepper. I want to take one of those to Meemaw Pawpaw.
Yeah, Meemaw, I think she thinks that those are the Brad's Atomic Grape ones.
Yeah, she does.
So she's never had these before, so hopefully she likes them better than the other ones.
We got a bunch of strawberries.
So I'm on the other side of the tomatoes right now, and I'm seeing that these need to be tied up again. So we'll also do that today. There is so much chaos in the chicken coop right now. We've got broody mama, and then this one that keeps trying to steal her eggs, and girls trying to lay for the morning. I literally just moved that one hen, and there's just so much chaos in there right now because everyone's trying to lay, and now we've got 2 broody mama. Well, I think she's trying to go broody, but in the same nest. She keeps trying to steal her nest. So we have to go to town. There's chaos in the chicken coop. I'm not even gonna jack with it right now. I will take the one that's trying to sit in broody mama's nest out whenever we get back. Well, my love biscuit's cooking us some breakfast. We just got back from town. We had to go to Tractor Supply and get pine shavings because of all that rain we got. All right, y'all, it's more like midday now. I'm just like getting sausage thawed for dinner tonight and thawing out some frozen bananas so I can make some banana bread, and then heading out to do the rest of the farm tours. All right, emptied the roombas out. Gonna get them going while I go outside. When Morrow and I got married, we both had roombas, and so whenever we moved into this house, I was like, well, we'll just see which Roomba we like best, and now I end up like using both of them, but I can't stand listening to them, so I'm like, okay, I'll turn the Roombas on, and then I'll go outside, and it ends up being like dueling Roombas. Got my tea. Now we're gonna head out to do everything else. I come back in and get my dog. Go. I literally have to make my dogs be dogs now that we have donkeys, and they don't really have just a ton of things to keep the chickens safe, and I don't even know. It's kind of ridiculous. But I gotta lock this dog door so they can be outside for a little while. Alright, let's try this again. Go play. Go be outside. Go be dogs. It's okay. So my half hound, half lab, like she will go outside and chase stuff, especially at night. But we've got the donkeys on this property and we used to not. So I don't really know what her deal is. She used to like love exploring too, and she will, but not all the time by herself. Like we really have to like say, hey, go outside. So I don't know. But anyways, maybe it's just more of an age thing. I mean, she is like probably almost 10 now. So it could be that too, but I just think that they need to be outside. If it wasn't up for us like locking the dog door and saying, hey, go play outside, they would just lay in bed most of the day. And I don't want my dogs to do that. I want all of us to be outside. All right, we got to get pine shavings. Pine shavings for the chicken coop and hay for the goats and the rabbits. Roombas are all good in theory until they decide to suck up cords and break things. Broke my little wax melter, which is fine. I don't actually use it anymore. But now I have to clean up a big Roomba mess. I came in for my tripod. I did not come in to clean this, but oh well, here we are. Lovely. That actually did make me think though I should put a little love in the diffuser. I love these Now blends. This one smiles for miles. I've got a Cheer Up Buttercup. So make the house smell pretty. Since Roomba decided to eat the cord and make a big mess, it reminded me I could make the house smell lovely. If y'all are wondering what this is, I took some cuttings off of a mulberry tree and I've dipped them in a rooting powder and I'm trying to make mulberry tree babies. Egg basket, tripod. I just get excited and I really want to get outside and I forget all the things that I need. Like I end up using my shirt more than I use the egg basket. Knife for cutting that stuff open because I end up finding a stick or a rock or something pokey to open those pine shavings bags. So we're already inside. Let's go ahead and be prepared. I absolutely love the new golf cart, but one thing about it is way too tall to go through that garden entry. So we end up going around. Which is fine. There's plenty of stuff for them to climb on in there, and it's only a temporary situation, but look how cute Pearl is up there. Okay, so I don't know how well y'all can see, but the chicken coop is a muddy mess. We got like probably close to 4 inches of rain over the last week and just 1 inch in a couple of hours yesterday. So pine shavings is where it's at whenever the chicken coop gets disgusting. That's what I do anyway. So we're gonna top dress all of this with nice, clean, dry pine shavings. clean bedding, fresh hay. Everyone's nice and happy, and it smells a lot more pleasant. I just had to get that other chicken off of that nest again. The one in the middle is the one that's broody. There's definitely more than one eating bowl, and yet here we are. So, one of our homestead builds that we're working on, that we're planning on getting done after we get the second pen for the goats, is some kind of like hay holder, so we don't end up using one of my sit-in chairs that I use to hang out with the goats to hold our hay. But this works for now. They don't really seem to mind. Alright, done doing all the animal chores. So I'm going to be done for a bit. I'm going to go inside and make some banana bread and finish cleaning my house. That is until later, of course, whenever we come out and harvest all the things that we're going to harvest today, and then go in and make some beautiful garden to table stir-fry dinner tonight. So until then, remember, positivity starts with you. Bye.